It's really the heart of the campus. Everything that's ever been celebrated here happens at the Campanile. So it's really kind of the central spot in the university's heart, and I always consider the carillon as being the heartbeat.
Yeah, campanile is an Italian word, and it comes from campana, which means bell. So in Italy, there are at least several hundred towers that are called campaniles, and all that means is that they have one or two bells in them. So this structure here is logically a campanile because it has bells in it, but it also has a musical instrument which is called carillon.
The history of it's actually quite fascinating. It started out, it was going to be a memorial to those lost in World War I that were affiliated here at the university. So that's how it started out, with originally 15 bells and also a clock for the clock tower.
The chime was installed in 1927. The chime was expanded in 1967, so 50 years, and now we're coming up on the 100-year anniversary. And so basically there's been no major work done to the carillon for almost 50 years. The bells themselves, the bronze bells themselves, there's absolutely nothing wrong with. A bronze bell, unless it cracks or unless it's melted down, essentially a bronze bell is good forever. But it's all the equipment that supports it and makes it ring that starts to go by the wayside after years. The carillon is suffering from basically just age deterioration.
Part of the reason it decays so much is there's no climate control inside the top, and it's a wooden instrument. So the wooden instrument, with all these heat changes, heat and cool, if we can get climate control there, that instrument's going to survive much better.
And then there's some talk of actually expanding the instrument. So right now, what you have is an instrument that's missing two bells.
Two of the largest bells they were not able to purchase, so it's kind of got a couple of teeth missing in its smile.
These two keys are down, which means there are no bells for those keys, and that's difficult depending on, let's say you're playing an E flat and you need an E flat down here, you don't have it, you're always playing it up, so that's going to be an addition.
When we do the expansion, it'll create a carillon that's kind of on the upper echelon of the carillons in the U.S.
It's going to be a lot nicer for the performer because this noisy keyboard, which is fairly old and has had a lot of rough use, it's going to be replaced, and it'll be replaced with something really, really fine, along the level, the same quality as a Steinway grand piano. And this room is going to be redone so that instead of looking like 1847, it's going to look like 2022 or 2023.
The renovations we're talking about will secure the instrument for the next 50 to 100 years. It is in a case where it's in a state of decay that is still easily fixed, but it won't be much longer before it'll just be inoperable. I think the big ask really is, if you care about the university, that is the image. It would be terrible to lose that sort of thing. This was, when it was originally built, was noted as one of the three primary landmarks of the state of Iowa, so it actually has a central purpose in Iowa more than just the university as well.
Every time I'm on campus, every single time, I will run into an alum who, as soon as I say that I'm here and I'm playing the Campanile, I go, "Oh, the Campanile. Oh yeah, we know the Campanile," and they will recount something from 30 years ago that during homecoming or some other event that the Campanile is just fixed in their brain. 50 years afterwards, that people come on campus and they, "Oh yeah, we remember the Campanile." They may not remember some of the other buildings, but they'll certainly remember this.